What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 15 of the Overview. I'm ChanManV, and of course, I got Fishstix and Shayed here, as always. But we've got a special guest today. You guys that have been around esports probably know at least the guy on the left, but some folks know the guy on the right too, but mostly the guy on the left. Want to welcome Take, Dennis on the show, as well as Sebastian, his Overwatch guy, I guess, Overwatch project manager at this point. But TakeTV, that's kind of why I have it on there. But welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much. Nice to be on the show.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Ben, Lynn, you guys been playing a lot since the launch? This is launched.
Not enough.
It's finally launched.
I've been watching tournaments and casting like at least 3 times more than I've been playing, which is weird. But I feel absolutely compelled to catch up on every single tournament VOD, which are usually taking place while I'm at work. And then on Tuesday, I actually had the chance to cast the Jericho versus Gold Glove showdown as well. So I actually have only had about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours of game time, and the rest has been either watching or casting, which, it's not the worst thing in the world.
That's what happens.
I do want to play. I can't play tonight either.
That's what happens when you're busy and you're working. How about you, Lynn? You linked this video, but I can't see it yet. I haven't got a chance to see it yet.
The one in Skype chat?
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see that one.
Oh, it's just a highlight from stream today. It's not a big deal. It's just funny.
I
found a place on Volskaya. You should never, ever push the Metro Teleporter, basically.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I've been playing a lot. It's been really fun. It's nice to have, like, really short queue times.
Yeah. And
lots of new people. I still see a lot of the same people, but lots of new names, too, that I don't recognize. So that's always really awesome.
All right, cool.
I'd like to see what Blizzard's numbers are, like, at the end of the week for how many people have actually just been playing. Just a ton. It'd be cool if they could release like who the highest level is, because I'm assuming there's probably somebody that's like 70 already that's just playing all day.
Well, that first day, JP and Lyric were playing literally like 24 hours, so I'm not sure you could get higher than that. I guess unless you won every single match and you were just like queuing up constantly. But yeah, there's probably like a level 50 person out there right now, I'm sure.
And it's Ask Joshy.
It's Ask Joshy, exactly, right? Dennis
He plays way too much.
He plays way too much.
Yeah, he does.
There's no such thing as too much, man. Right?
That's true.
Yeah, so the game's launched, of course. Any comments on just like how everything went? I mean, the servers, outside of just being maybe like 15 minutes late, I guess, on that day, it's been great for me. I think I might have had just that kind of disconnect like one time out of like a lot of games I've played so far.
I feel like the launch went very well.
Overall. I don't think I've disconnected ever since launch.
Yeah, okay, awesome. I mean, it could have been my internet that did it, right? So it wasn't necessarily even them.
I mean, I've definitely seen people disconnect, but I've never had the problem myself yet.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
All right, cool. Yeah, so it's pretty smooth. Like probably one of the smoothest Blizzard releases ever. So, definitely great job on that. And, did you guys catch the Kimmel and Conan little skits? Were you able to
There was a Kimmel bit?
Yeah, there was a Kimmel bit last night. It was like really short, but it was...
It was pretty good, actually.
It's pretty funny.
What?
Yeah.
I saw the Conan one.
Let me link it to you. Hold on.
Wait, there was a Kimmel one too?
Yeah, there's a Kimmel one.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one either. I saw the Conan one. That was with the Game of Thrones one, right?
Amazing.
Yeah. That was the Game of Thrones one. Here's the Kimmel one. I'll link it to you guys. It's really short though, but it's pretty funny.
I don't have a lot of love for Kimmel after he has trash talked esports so many times.
Yes,
he did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, you've missed that. Oh my God, made big news on Reddit. Yeah. He's apologized for it, but it's one of those Kimmel apologies.
In this video?
No, not in this video, but just he's taken it back, I guess, with some an episode after he did that whole thing. But yeah, so this is the Jimmy Kimmel one. Anyways, it's kind of cool to see it just on mainstream. Just obviously these talk shows or these late night talk show hosts being pretty big. And covering Overwatch, that's a first. They don't ever cover games that I usually like. I'm crazy passionate about, so it's kind of cool to see Overwatch on there. But anyways, excited. We finally, this is like the day we've been waiting. You don't have to just go nuts about Overwatch going away at any point. We're gonna have it forever now, so definitely good stuff. And especially from an esports standpoint, I mean, we can just go wild on events, and players can be, I don't know, just players can just start building up as esports, just kind of like esports players in other games and things like that. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's nice to
it
never have
begins
to worry
now.
about it.
Yeah, it begins now, exactly. Okay, well, why don't we, let's get some of, I guess, the non-esports thing stuff out of the way. I just wanted to touch base on digital shorts. I think the last one, there's been 2 since the last show, since we haven't been on the last 2 weeks. So we've had, well, let me talk about Heroes first, and then we'll get to Dragons. But Heroes, the latest one, did you guys get a chance to check it out? The one with Soldier 76?
Yeah, it's amazing. Pretty good.
Yeah? How do you rank it?
Yeah,
you like it a lot?
It's so difficult because all the Blizzard cinematics are crazy good, right?
Yeah.
So, it's difficult. I thought the Dragon one was a little bit cooler, so I don't know. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 for Blizzard standards.
Yeah. Dragon was much cooler in my eyes. But yeah. Fishstix, what do you think?
I mean, same thing. 76. There really wasn't any plot. It wasn't telling you more about the lore much at all. It was kind of giving 76 some personality, yeah, but it seemed kind of completely tangential to the actual story. So, meh. Yeah. I mean, it was good. Obviously, it just wasn't as mind blowing as the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of gave you a read on just, I guess, what the current state of the world is, right? At least with, with the humans and the Omnics, and just what's going on. I guess at least in Dorado. Shayed, what do you think? I know you didn't love that one.
It was my least favorite one.
Yeah. I think it was a lot of people's least favorite one, actually.
But I think my reasoning for not liking it was a little bit different, and I've talked about it a little bit on stream. But basically, it was like there was so much hype about Sombra potentially being in it, leading out like 2 to 3 weeks before the short came out, like when they first started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everyone's kind of been talking about Sombra for like a couple months now. But it was like there was pictures being released on Reddit of like a potential shadowy figure on top of a roof in Dorado, and like we all knew that that's where the short was going to be. It was going to be in Dorado. So I was kind of like, oh man, this is so cool! Like we're finally going to get to see somebody we've never seen before. And like with all the hype of Sombra being the next support or the next character that's in the game, and like it was never really denied by Blizzard.
Right.
Like they never came out and were like, yeah, no, Sombra's not a part of this. I didn't really expect them to, but at the same time, it's like, you didn't deny it, and everyone got hyped, and now I'm like, well, this is just boring, because there was no, like, I didn't feel like character development happened with Soldier at all. Like, I didn't learn anything about him in the short that I didn't already know. Like,
yeah. He's pretty much Batman in the short. I mean, that's pretty much the character he had. Yeah.
And I just didn't feel like it didn't bring anything to the table that we didn't already know was going on. Like we knew that there was a war between Omnics and humans, and we knew that there was, like we knew that Dorado was this place that kind of had these, these gangs and kind of trying to ruin the town or run the town. So it wasn't really anything new. And compared to Heroes, like it wasn't even that action packed either. Like for the one fight scene that existed in Dragons, like Hero was kind of boring in comparison.
I just can't believe that he's not getting hit by bullets when he's like, falling backwards and shooting up at the ceiling, and there's literally like 4 guys with AKs shooting at him. So you gotta love that, man. But Heroes, I think Heroes they should have ended with Heroes. Like, why did they like mix it up? Like they would have gone almost to launch day with Heroes. That would have been pretty amazing, because I mean the action sequence.
You mean Dragons?
Sorry, Dragons, not Heroes. Yeah, Dragons. I meant. Yeah, if Dragon, that action sequence with Dragons was just like easily the best thing I've seen so far in all of the shorts. Yeah, Sebastian, you seem to like it too, right? Like, what would you give that?
Yeah, for sure.
You gave a 7 out of 10 for the other one. What about this one?
Probably a 10 out of 10, I guess.
Okay,
it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we all gotta love that. I don't know, ancient Japan theme, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's like sword versus bow. 2 brothers, dragons. I mean, the design of the map is amazing. It's Hanamura, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's just it's really good. And I love how they call it shorts as well, when it's like 8 minutes at least. But it's a really good work.
I mean, that is short, right? I guess
my favorite part about Dragons was actually not even in the short. It was in the game when they added like blood splatter and like different parts on the map where you can actually see things that happened like in the short. So like if you're on Second Point Hanamura, there's like blood splatter on the like poster thing that's hanging from the wall behind the little chest.
Oh yeah. I didn't actually notice that when I was watching it. But it's cool, like even the mural, right? Like in the actual temple itself was explained, you know, like because we always wondering like, what? Okay, that's a cool mural, you know. But at least it's, you know, better explained in this video, so it is cool. It's like all these little details, kind of we're finding out more about. But yeah, okay. Anyways, I just wanted to spend a little time on the shorts. Comics obviously were out. We covered the first 3, I believe, and then since then, I think Reinhardt, Symmetra, Farah, and Torbjorn have come out. You guys been following it, or just keeping up with the comics?
So I just realized that I haven't seen the Torbjorn one yet, and
yeah, that one came
holy
out.
crap, the art is sick.
Yeah, it is.
The art is really, really nice in this. I'm super impressed, actually.
Yeah, let me show it real quick. Take, have you been watching?
I guess.
Take, have you been watching, looking at any of the comics or anything?
Actually, I didn't. I just really realized it before the show, to be honest, and I was surprised. But I checked it just a little bit before the show, and it looked amazing. I mean, I thought they're kind of short, but not really. I mean, they are, but it looks like, I mean, there's a lot of content already, so that's pretty cool. And they are amazing from what I've seen.
Yeah, the art's sick.
Yeah, the art is... The Torbjorn is actually my favorite one so far. Pretty... Yeah, just amazing. They're using different artists. They've had a couple repeats, but for the most part, they're using different artists for each one. And I'm assuming different writers, too. I didn't actually look closely at that, but I think different writers also. And these are going to continue on. So, Shayed, how about you? Yeah, I know you were talking to you were talking about the Symmetra one a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean... I didn't really pay that much attention to the Reinhardt one because I literally have not played Reinhardt ever. So it's not like a huge like, oh my god, a Reinhardt comic, I gotta read it. I'll probably read it eventually, but yeah, it just wasn't a huge deal for me. The Symmetra one actually bothered me a little bit because the art was so weird.
Okay, let me
and like that might be a personal like preference thing, but it felt like pieces of like cardboard paper cut out and put in a comic book.
Yeah, it's kind of that flat style. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's super flat, like not really. I don't know. I wasn't really like, oh my god, I want to finish reading this. It was like, oh, I'm just gonna look at the pictures and then close it.
Yeah, it's a
sad,
styling.
Symmetra's story is so cool, and like she's such a weird, crazy character. So I don't know. I was kind of turned off by the art. Fair one was awesome. I love the Fair one because I love Fair lore. He's super cool and badass. And Torbjorn, the art was incredible. Like Ben said, it was so good. Makes me want to go play Torbjorn now.
Wow, that's saying a lot, man. When the comics make somebody want to go
I play a lot
of
Torbjorn. Okay, he's
I do
like
too.
my fourth most played.
Yeah. Pro Bjorn, man.
Forum plays of the game while falling off the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had it up, and I've totally had it up, and kill 4 guys as I'm falling to my death. That's like the best, man.
We all have.
Exactly. But anyways, yeah, guys, check out the comics if you guys haven't already seen it or known about it. There's let's see, how many are there now? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them right now, and there's 6 of them right now, and then they're gonna continue on with them. So yeah, just expect more and more. It'll be interesting to see what happens once they get done with the 21 heroes, because I think they're just gonna go 1 each, and then what happens after that? Do they? Obviously the same artist is going to continue on the same character, but
more heroes.
Yeah, well, more heroes too, but it can't be just 1 short per hero. It's got to go on a little bit more, right? So, gosh, I can't even imagine if they continue 1 per. That's going to be crazy. Just like constantly coming out with it. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, anyways, that's really, really cool. It's just the Overwatch, world. It's pretty awesome that we have so much.
1 comic and 1 short for every hero, please.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And continue it on forever. That would be
can you imagine a Torbjorn short? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Can you just listen to his voice for 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Hard work pays off. Over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. All right, so anyways, let's talk about the game a little bit. So there was some mention, there was an interview that Blizzard did recently with Polygon that mentioned the first update that's going to be coming out in late June is going to have competitive mode added back. We talked about how we, I think for the most part, liked the fact that they didn't launch with competitive mode because I don't think anybody liked it, at least here on the show. I don't know, Sebastian, what did you think of the competitive mode beforehand?
Oh yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, not really a fan.
Yeah, so pretty happy that it wasn't in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the new competitive mode apparently it's supposed to have less sudden death, is what they've said, and then they're even contemplating on sudden death being the same map instead of going to a King of the Hill single capture point map. What do you guys think of that? Fishstix.
I mean, I can only speculate what that even means.
Yeah, right.
If sudden death is still in there, then you got to imagine it's going to be something pretty similar to what we had before. Because the only reason you need sudden death is because you're not doing stopwatch, which is kind of what most of the competitive community prefers. So I really have no idea what this new mode could be. Blizzard has said many times in interviews and talk shows and articles and all that their main goal is to make sure that these maps have 50-50 win-loss ratios as wide skill ranges as possible, and that they're even willing to do things like tweak the length of a map, the time that you have to complete a map at different skill levels and stuff like that. So to me, this sounds like they're going to do that because they talked about it quite openly in the past couple of months. And if there is still some sort of what'd you call it, tiebreaker?
Sudden death.
Decider, sudden death. There you go. If there is still some sort of sudden death, then you got to imagine it's a similar rule set to what we had before. So, I mean, if I had to guess, that's what it's going to be, which I know a lot of people in the competitive scene won't exactly love, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
I wish they would just give stopwatch a chance. Like,
I mean, I'm
maybe
sure they've
you
tried
don't like it,
I mean,
but just try it. Just try it for a little bit. It's not, I know they think it's probably hard to integrate into the game, but like there's already kind of a like stopwatch in the game, at least for payload. Like there's a timer counting down. I know, like it feels like their main reason for not wanting stopwatch in the game is because they say like, oh, we don't want the game to end prematurely before you get to play out the whole map.
Yeah.
But like that already happens a lot. Like if you don't finish the map before the timer runs out and you don't get overtime, the game ends and you didn't finish the map. Like that already happens. So like that element of stopwatch where if you don't finish before the time ends or before like the fastest time, like that's already there. It's just more a matter of like tweaking it a little bit so that it actually exists in real stopwatch form. So I wish they would just give it a chance. Like instead of trying to come up with all these really weird random ways like one CP or one control point or control capture or whatever you want to call it, like sudden death or whatever. It's just kind of like, just try stopwatch. It's a lot easier than it sounds.
Yeah, Dennis, Sebastian, what do you guys think of just
I mean,
all these things are trying and what they should do?
I think I have to agree. I mean, stopwatch is kind of the way to go, at least in competitive play right now. I mean, we're going to be using that at our tournament. Stopwatch is the way, like the traditional stopwatch. Not just because that's what the pros want, but because it's the most fair thing right now. Plus, I don't think that it takes that much excitement from the game, really, for the viewer. Because, I mean, if time runs down and there's only 10 seconds left, that's pretty exciting to me. So
yeah,
I think it's the way to go.
It's just about how you present it, right? Just the stopwatch running down. I mean, like we talked about this in the past where, if you had these like big numbers that are just like beeping, like, counting down and stuff. I mean, you can make it feel even epic, if it isn't already, right? So, I mean, they could definitely pull it off.
Sound's a huge part of that too. Like they already have it in game now where if you're getting close to overtime or you're getting close to the game just ending because you're running out of time, the actual music in the game changes. Like sounds change, music changes. Like that's already an element in the game that creates hype. And there's been plenty of times in tournaments where, Ben, you can correct me on this, but I think there was a game between Reunited and, is it Creation? Was that the game? There was like literally 10 seconds in between their times. And the casters
we've had as little as 5.
Yeah, we've had it multiple times.
There was
recently.
even lower ones, and like people were just freaking out and like counting down and being like, "Oh my god, they only have 5 minutes or 5 seconds left, or 4 seconds, 3 seconds," and everyone's just crazy, going insane. And like that's the hype that Blizzard's saying that they want. It exists within Stopwatch.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. Okay, how about new characters? First update, right? They've already alluded to Sombra, or at least the support, right, that has a sniping ability, which everybody, thinks it's Sombra, as well as possibly another support or another tank. It's some kind of combo between that. You guys think it's coming out this update? I mean, is it pretty much confirmed it's coming out this first update?
Is it?
I don't know.
Did I miss something?
I feel like it. I don't know. I've kind of like felt like it's gonna be like the first update that they come out with something new like that, since we haven't had a new character since BlizzCon for the most part announced, right? So I don't know. What do you guys think? How soon?
I mean, I have no idea. I certainly expected
I don't either,
that it would be many months until we saw a character added or a hero added. But if there's reason to believe it's coming sooner, then hell yeah, I'm hyped, man.
What do you guys think? I don't know. Dennis, Sebastian?
I mean, you never really know, do you? With Blizzard.
Yeah.
I mean, if they tease you with something, then I don't know. It might come out like 2 years later. Or it could be a week.
Gosh, man!
I mean,
Or never.
Maybe I'm just too optimistic, man. I'm thinking that's.
We had Jeff on the show, and we literally asked him, like, you guys are testing internally, like, what are you testing? Is it a support? And he was like, I can or cannot confirm. Like,
I mean,
I can't deny or I can deny. It's like.
I mean, given just what Jeff said.
We know they're at least working on something, so.
Yeah.
I mean, you never really know, right? I mean, look at Hearthstone, for example, with all the expansions. I remember, was it last BlizzCon with League of Explorers, for example, where it just came out like a couple weeks afterwards?
It wasn't even a couple. It was like 10 days after. It was like really.
Yeah, it was like that was insanely close. So you never really know because other expansions come out. I don't know, like 5 months afterwards or something. So.
Well, then you had this. Then you had this latest expansion that came out like 2 months after because they let everybody kind of release the card or whatever. But yeah, but I know what you mean. To your point, they do something a little bit different all the time. I don't know. I just think it would be pretty hype if they released, 1 or 2 characters now, and they released another one in a couple months after that.
I mean, sure,
that'd be awesome.
Absolutely,
I mean, yeah. Genji, May, and Diva all at the same time, like literally in the same patch. I think the thing with releasing a new character now that Blizzard should probably take into consideration, which I'm sure they already have, is there is so much hype around the game right now. It's insane. Like,
yes,
it's at the top of Twitch all the time, and that is going to slowly go away. Maybe not completely, but it's going to drop a little bit if people don't feel like there's new exciting things happening. And like content updates is one of those things, right? Like introducing a new map or a new hero, and they introduced so many new maps like over the course of 2 or 3 weeks in closed beta the last like month.
I think
there's like 3 new maps that got added in a very short period of time. And they could have definitely saved those for release. That would have been probably better.
No, I think that's
I
think that's a good point.
I think adding new content over a short period of time after game release is probably a pretty important thing for them to do if they want to maintain any kind of hype that's going on right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because competitive mode is not going to really be that big a deal for casual players. So it's great for us, but in terms of casual, it's, I think they'd like to see something new, whether it is in terms of the map, but a character would be just amazing. So I'm crossing my fingers. That's all I'm saying. I'm hoping it's Sombra or.
I feel you.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's go into esports. It's kind of what we got Take and Sebastian here on for. They've obviously have an event. Not just that, guys. Sorry, just not just that. But you guys have your first Overwatch event, or at least big event coming up. So definitely wanted to have you guys come on and talk about it. But let's just start off first off, Dennis. What's your outlook on Overwatch? I mean, you've had, obviously a lot of events and success, just in the esports space with doing, all of your, home story and just all the events that you've done leading up to now. And what do you think about Overwatch compared to just all the other games that you've done?
I mean, beside Hearthstone and StarCraft, we also did Counter-Strike, 3 tournaments, bigger ones, which similar to the Home Story Cup or Seed Story Cup. That worked out kind of well, I would say. I mean, beside numbers, just the atmosphere and how we could cover the game and stuff like that. With Overwatch, I mean, we have a game which is a shooter. It's also very fast. I'm actually wondering and looking forward to seeing how we can actually have a good feeling for the viewer actually to present the game. since this will be,
not
I
easy.
guess,
Yes.
yeah, that's it. It will be not easy, and I think a lot of people like the game. It's a lot of fun, but watching the game needs to be, I mean, it has to be done kind of well, actually, to keep the people on the stream. I mean, in the beginning, everyone is hyped to just watch the game, whoever or whatever it looks like, with an observer mode or without an observer mode. And yeah, this is actually, it's on us, right? I mean, we want to host a tournament, so it's on us to actually make sure that it looks cool and people enjoy what they see. I mean, beside the typical TakeTV stuff we always have, bring cool stuff, interviews, bring the players on the couch, and focus also on that. Have a lot of entertainment, especially with our new location. We have more space and more opportunities. That's pretty cool. And I mean, there's 6 players playing the game. It's not 5. I mean, we have a gaming room which is made for 5v5, and now we had to somehow fit in one more guy. It works out, but yeah, let's see how nice it will be when the tournament's starting. But yeah, I mean, I'm hyped for the game. It looks very, very nice. And as we mentioned in the beginning, there were no technical problems in the beginning. That's pretty sick, pretty cool. And as you said, it's well done by Blizzard, and I'm happy about that, because this actually doesn't damage a hype in the beginning that might be, it could be painful actually. But yeah, I'm also hoping that everything will be smooth and fine from Friday to Sunday. That's even more important to me.
Right.
So I was happy that it worked out Tuesday, Wednesday, but to be honest, Friday, Sunday is more important. But yeah, I think I mean, the game is just super awesome, and people enjoy it a lot. Also watching this, I mean, we have a German caster playing a lot lately, and I actually like watching the game. I mean, I watched more than I played, and I personally enjoyed it. But I think even when I'm not a good Overwatch player, I think I'm more not a casual gamer. Also, when it comes down to watching, I hope also for the mainstream, it's more or less already hopefully kind of okay to watch it. So yeah, this is where I'm a little bit nervous and hope that it will be all fine. Yeah.
Just don't spectate alting Winstons.
There's gonna be a lot of them too. So
I think we're gonna learn a lot in this tournament. There will be a lot of experiences, and I think we might even change within the day. We might change some stuff, and even after the first day, we take all the feedback of the community and hopefully even make stuff better the next day. I think this is a cool thing to do if people see that there's change in the tournament in a positive way. But on the other side, I mean, there might be some stuff which could be better in the beginning. But yeah, of course, this is quite a task, but I'm ready. We are ready to actually hopefully create a cool Overwatch tournament. Yeah.
That sounds awesome,
Ben. I just want to interject really quickly, guys. If you're just tuning in now and you're not familiar with TakeTV and the awesome events that they've been holding since probably 2011, starting with StarCraft and Home Story Cup. These events are known for their casual, laid-back atmosphere, and really the most interesting thing about how Take runs his events is really there's a huge emphasis on bringing out the personality of the players and the teams. So you'll see players commentating more often than not. You'll see them on the couch. There's cameras all around the location. It used to be in Take's old apartment. Now it's a bigger location. But you can see them playing poker. You can see them hanging out, grilling, barbecuing, drinking beer. And it's all about the personalities. So really, given that this is the first major European LAN for Overwatch, you're going to see the players for the first time in a way that you've really never seen them before. So I think it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be watching for that aspect for sure.
If you've ever talked to any like StarCraft 2 player or maybe even some of the Hearthstone players, they'll all tell you that Take's event is probably the most fun event that they attend every year. So
I've still never made it to one. It sucks.
Me too. I was supposed to get a 2-story last year.
I mean, perhaps someday we will be in the US. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but you never know, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
Winky face.
Winky face, exactly. Is there anything that you guys have? You guys have obviously watched, some of the events so far. Anything you guys are going to try, like from the standpoint of spectator or anything like that we haven't seen from any of the other events?
We'll see, I guess. I mean, for now, we don't have anything new planned, just from the spectator point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, as Dennis already said, to us, it's of course about creating an atmosphere where players can have a good competitive game, but on the other side, it's about presenting it well to the viewer, right? So we're gonna have to find a compromise somewhere there. Yeah, as far as the rules go, just because it's the first tournament, we're gonna keep it a little safer.
Yeah, it's smart. It's definitely smart.
Yeah, just to like not mess up anything. But as Dennis said, I mean, we're known for crazy stuff, so yeah, why not switch it up somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Maybe throw some fun games in.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can reveal any of this, but with your production setup, I'm assuming you have a dedicated observer. I'm
we
curious,
actually don't have one set up right now, no, because the casters. Of course, as we said, we want them to be as casual as possible. So if they don't want to focus too much on the gameplay in certain aspects, we want them to have the control, right? So of course, this is something that we can change. I mean, we have a lot of people here who just love the game from playing it a lot and actually practice some observing. So we can get in a dedicated observer at any time if we need to.
Were you guys given access to the LAN client, or are you going to be playing it on just the regular EU servers?
We're going to be playing it on the EU servers.
Yeah, getting access to the LAN servers would be pretty amazing. I think there's still probably like lock and key for those things, imagine. Why don't we talk about some of the teams that are going to be there? So it's going to be 8 teams, right?
Yeah.
Ben, you want to go through some of the teams?
Sure.
Yeah.
You've actually got a whole bunch of the best teams coming out of Europe participating in this tournament. It's an 8-team bracket, so it's pretty narrow bracket, but I'm noticing now as I'm looking at it on screen that it's best of 5 from the first round, including this bracket. That's correct. So 8 teams, but you're going to have a ton of matches to watch. Tons and tons of coverage. But talking about the teams, you've got Creation Esports, SG1, the Finnish team, Bongo Beach Boys, Gringos, aka they're actually now called Northern Gaming Blue or Red?
Yeah, Northern Gaming
Blue. There, the European Northern Gaming. They just got picked up like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Experiment. I'm actually not too familiar with Experiment.
Largely Germans. You might know Ruster or Mendo. What's his name? Mendo.
Oh, Mendo's on that team?
Mendo's on that team, so that's pretty sick.
Oh, okay, cool. Melty, of course, very strong French team. Graviton Surge. Not too familiar with them either. Do you have any insight into that?
You might know Krive. I don't know what his name is really. He used to be with some of the Rogue players, I think. He built this team. They're really new. They just had this interview with Gosu Gamers, but a lot of people see them as sort of like this outside pick. They haven't really had a lot of matches, but I mean, I talked to Rogue and they have a lot of respect for them. So yeah, we'll see.
And then final team here is Rogue, formerly known as Maidong, and this team is absolutely the favorite, right, guys?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Have to say, yeah.
No question. Number 1 seed. Did you see these? Did you see these, or did you just kind of randomly put these? Did you seed the brackets, or did you randomly place?
Oh yeah, we seeded them. I mean, we looked at the Gosu Gamers rankings, of course, and we also talked to the players a little bit. So yeah, we think this is like the fairest bracket we could come up with. You threw the name Reunited in there. Of course, we invited them, but they didn't want to come or couldn't due to reasons that I don't know about.
I think Too Easy is just about to finish his degree or something like that, or maybe he just finished. I'm not sure, but I think Too Easy is like just about to graduate university out there or something like that. But yeah, too bad Reunited's not there. But otherwise, it's a really solid lineup. Basically, every team is like mid to high tier at least, so that should be cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some of the newer teams.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, man. So 3 days worth. Yeah, best of 5s, loser bracket. Good stuff, man.
And I guess we should talk about the commentators a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about who's casting.
There's some interesting.
Yeah, our lineup's
interesting names there.
Interesting.
Pretty cool. We thought interesting to say the least. We wanted to get some of the guys that have been doing a lot of Overwatch, right? Like Jason Kaplan and Mitch Leslie are pretty known, at least in the European parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to get. I mean, you guys know them pretty well, I guess.
Yes, of course.
My favorite. I love Jason and Mitch.
Jason's kind of been a part of this show a few times now, and Mitchie's kind of like his partner in crime. These in casting at least for Overwatch, but then we have Nathanias, right? And Jorsar, who are obviously actually Nathaniel is very known in SC2 right now, and Jorsar's had just he kind of started in SC2 and then did some heroes, I believe, and is Too Good casting too? Or is he not?
Yes.
Yes, he is casting. Okay.
Oh, he is?
Yes, yes.
Let's say he's here.
Let's just say he's here.
How it is
He
with
will be
it, right?
casting. Oh, man. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Personalitying.
let's just say we have a flip chart for him.
Okay, good.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I don't think I'll be able to watch, unfortunately, because I'm also casting a LAN in North America this weekend. But wow, that's hype. I did not know Too Good was going to be there. And I'm assuming you guys are definitely going to have players on the couch as the casters as well, too, right?
Yes. I mean, that's pretty much what we're known for, right? To kind of get the personalities out there. I mean, Dennis and I talk about this a lot, actually. Say, okay, this is a very new scene, so it's actually very important to build characters and personalities, get them out there to make this game or this scene valuable, right? I mean, look at Hearthstone in the beginning stages. It's just,
really tried to push it from the very beginning. I felt like Heroes of the Storm had quite some trouble in the beginning with that, and I hope that with Overwatch from the very beginning we can push it and help a little bit. It helps us all, and I mean, since I really don't know the guys in person. Coming down to play the tournament, I'm hoping for some cool guys and bringing up some cool stories for the tournament and push the tournament and push the characters and have a nice experience for all the viewers, right?
Yeah. I mean, some of them have already arrived today, and I've talked to some of them, and there's some pretty crazy dudes here. I mean, the meme potential is going to be insane.
The meme potential.
Oh, good God.
Oh, my God.
That is not lacking in Overwatch.
I'm a little nervous for you guys. Those European kids are crazy. Actually, we're no better, though, in North America. We've got our fair share of personalities.
That's true. I mean, that's just the gamer in all of us. But yeah, Too Good on the couch with Tavik, man. I think I will definitely pay for to watch some and Mendo too. I'll definitely check that out for sure. I'm sure we'll be seeing some clips from that on Reddit in some form. Definitely cool. Definitely excited about that. It's cool. I mean, it's great that you're having Nathanias too, and just some of these, just other guys that are trying to get into Overwatch. I mean, I know he's not the only one that's at least from StarCraft 2 that wants to.
I think if I remember correctly, Nathanias already tried himself out in Counter-Strike a little bit in the past. I'm not totally sure, but I have this in mind somehow.
I think he did. Yeah.
He never really tried it. Like, he didn't try hard, but I mean, he was like, I would be up, and he played quite a bit and tried casting a little bit, but never really made it. But I think with Overwatch, he's here from the very beginning, which is, how it works. If you're there from the very beginning, I mean, he is a great caster. If he can cast a few tournaments and make sure that he's everywhere, people will definitely like him being on more tournaments. And I like this guy.
You like this guy? Yeah, he
always.
Yeah,
fun.
I like that guy too.
I like that guy too.
I got to hang out with both him and his girlfriend, Julie's Twitch.tv/Julie's with 3 S's, and they both actually play a ton. And Nathanias, he told me he was casting your event, and he was really, really excited for it. So I think it's a good fit. I wish Nathanias all the success. He deserves it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Definitely. And he really is a hard. Whenever he likes a game and he has he's prepared for something and has passion, then he's committing like crazy. And I'm pretty sure if I watch him playing StarCraft, trying to make it in Grandmaster, he's giving everything. Like, there's all the emotions in it, and looking forward to seeing him doing this in Overwatch.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, definitely excited to see it. It's like your productions are always super entertaining and always a lot of fun. So having it come over to Overwatch is, I mean, it's just like every game I cover, like you do events for, basically, right? So StarCraft 2, Hearthstone, now Overwatch. This is great, man. It should be awesome. It's great that we have a big NA LAN and a big EU LAN kind of at the same time, because I think we're going to be seeing more of that just moving forward, and then I guess have folks come together. I don't know how we're going to do that, but eventually, you think it's just going to consolidate? You guys think that, Ben? I mean, you think it's going to consolidate ever, or you think it's just going to always be like? I mean, for most of the year, it's going to be NA tournaments and then EU tournaments, and then the big ones would be.
I mean, it all depends on Blizzard. If they come out with like a crazy structure, I mean, we could see anything, right? It could be like it could be the very community focused, like giving points to already existing tournaments and tournament organizers, or they could take it all in house. We have no idea at this point.
Yeah.
So,
well, whatever. I mean, either way, I think there's going to be plenty of. I mean, there's going to be plenty of teams, to fill, even if it does continue being NA and EU. Like we saw that open tournament, just the Ghosty Gamer one, right? That had 100 teams that signed up for it, but they only had 64. So the Alienware one, sorry. So there's plenty of demand for it, and it'll be good to see some big ones on each side. Yeah, because we can build that storyline, right? We can still build this awesome NA champion and an awesome EU champion and have them come together or something and battle it out. That's always a cool storyline.
Oh wait!
Don't forget the Asian regions.
Oh, Asian region too. Sorry,
because
Asian regions too.
Yesterday, Monty was streaming Overwatch, and apparently Overwatch is the third most played game in PC bongs right now. It's right behind. Was it Sudden something?
Oh,
we have a special guest.
Oh
by
god,
the way.
I'm scared.
Just joined us.
Oh my gosh, of course.
He always ends up in our
the one and
shows.
only.
Welcome, James. James.
Hi,
tickets.
how's your rum and coke?
How's your rum and coke?
It's nice. It's whiskey. I just woke up. So
Yes.
breakfast.
It's breakfast.
What are you
We
guys
heard you're
doing?
casting this weekend, James.
Huh?
Maybe a little. You might be on the couch a little bit this weekend.
You got your dry
Yeah, a
erase
little
board?
bit. Yeah,
You got a
with
dry erase board?
Nathanias, because I figured, I'm not allowed to do pretty much any other game, because I can't do Dota 2 anymore, so I'm basically retired. And Nathanias does StarCraft, which is basically a fucking retired game. So now we're both doing Overwatch. So it's like the retired cast, me and Nathanias. And since
Oh man.
I've got a new tactic as well, because I've decided if I do events for free these days, I can't get fucking fired. So,
Well, if you do
I'm
get
set.
fired from doing it for free, then that's gonna be another like milestone. Man.
can't get fired.
You can't get
Yeah.
fired.
The highlight of the event, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to go now. There's drinking to be had. See you later.
All right.
All
See
right,
you, James.
later. Good seeing you, buddy.
Cheers.
So Dennis, make sure you have a dry erase board for that guy because he does very cool things with dry erase boards, as we've all seen. so.
What I just had in mind when we talked about EU or US champion, I just
And
realized.
Asian.
I mean, we have two tournaments on the same time. Why don't we do an online match between the two winners of the tournaments and cast it
That
on
sounds
two
good to me.
sides?
I love
That
it.
sounds good to me.
You're a smart man.
It could
You're
be
a smart man, Dennis.
joint. Yeah, exactly.
Or
See, that's why Dennis is
What-
here. That's why
actually
Dennis
in
is such a
contact
great.
with the US guys, Fishstix.
Yeah.
Okay, so you handle it. I mean,
gotta
can you
cast-
talk to Sebastian and make sure that we
Yeah.
You gotta
end up
cast
doing
him
it
here, too.
and stream it on both sides?
Yes. You guys
Let's
heard it
do
here
this.
first, exclusively.
Exactly.
We're
New
gonna try
event
to make
coming.
this happen. You mean,
Nice.
Dennis? Do you mean like this weekend, like?
Yes.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's make it happen.
But like, our
Yes.
tournament won't end until like.
Oh my
2,
God! It's
3,
on
4
the
a.m. your
fly.
time.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
wait. 4 a.m. I mean, let's talk to the. I mean,
Also,
that could
there's a
that could
server
get
problem,
close.
too.
yeah.
We could just do a show match on Saturday or something if
Yeah.
that doesn't work out either. So like that.
No,
that
it's
could
not
be-
good enough.
It's
No,
not good enough.
That's not good enough.
But you know.
I mean, we're definitely gonna talk with the let's say top 3 teams when the grid is the bracket is pretty far, and then we just make sure that all of them would be up in any case, because I think people like Nathanias, I think they should be up too.
Yeah, they're all
Whatever
going to
happens,
be
it's-
hanging
Let's
out.
be real.
Exactly.
It's a LAN event. They're not going to sleep.
Yeah. So,
That's true.
I mean,
Don't worry about your side, man. Your side's
I
easy.
think we make it work. Like if I'm good at anything, it's convincing people. So yeah,
That's true.
we definitely gonna make. Oh, people really want to push us out because the movie's starting soon.
All right. Well, yeah, these guys got to go. They're actually going to go watch Warcraft, the movie. They're like the lucky ones in EU that get to see it 2 weeks
yeah.
before we get to see it here, which I don't even
Oh, wow.
understand.
Wow.
I don't understand at all. But yeah, so why don't we take like a really quick break? We got a lot more esports to talk about, just or at least a little bit more esports to talk about. So we'll finish out the show. But Dennis, Sebastian, awesome having you guys on as always, and look forward to seeing the event. Take over, guys,
Thanks
this
for
weekend.
us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll try to watch as much as I can. I will catch the VODs after the weekend, though, no matter what. So good luck, guys.
Thanks.
We'll hold it down in North America. You guys hold it down in Europe. And,
Yeah, good luck to you too,
we'll
man.
be in touch. We'll be in touch soon.
All right, guys.
See you guys.
See you
All
guys.
right, see ya. We're gonna take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back.